Hello, everybody. I am here to just go over the poem Funeral Blues by W.H. Auden. And the first thing I want to say is that the literary term here is called an elegy. And an elegy is any poem of mourning. In this case, the elegy is for a recently deceased friend. Okay, so I'm just going to run through this explanation and then I will touch on some of the study guide questions. Okay, so Auden's Funeral Blues is an elegy, a poem of mourning. In this case, the speaker is talking about someone very close to him, a close friend, perhaps. It alludes to the music played in New Orleans funerals, blues. It reflects the blues that the speaker himself is experiencing over this sudden and painful loss. And it references the poem itself, the expression of sadness through words, meter, and rhyme. As a whole, the poem pays tribute to an individual who is at the center of the speaker's affection and conveys the emotional devastation of loss and the disillusionment with what life that often accompanies it. The poem begins with a series of commands in which the speaker demands that all mundane noises, ticking clocks, ringing telephones, and barking dogs be silenced. This is no occasion for joyous or frivolous sound. In the second stanza, the speaker bids airplanes circling overhead to scribble on the sky the message he is dead. The sky is like a giant billboard or writing pad on which the pronouncement of his friend's death is made. The speaker continues the commands, insisting that crepe bows be placed around the white necks of public doves, and that traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. In this way, the symbolic color of white as innocence is either muted or replaced by black, the traditional color of mourning, and it reflects the public acknowledgement of death. Stanza 3 marks a shift from marks a shift to the more personal first person's perspective, acknowledging my north, my south, my east, my west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. This stanza contains metaphors. The speaker compares his beloved to a compass, a calendar week, times of day, conversation, and song, showing how the all-encompassing affection for and involvement with his friend. The two declarative sentences that close the stanza state a belief that is a cruel reality, that people die, love dies, and that's just life. The concluding stanza of Auden's poem offers the most interesting language. So complete is the speaker's despair that no celestial body, not stars, not moon, not sun, can offer any hopeful light. Rather, the speaker dismisses the stars, saying they're not wanted now, and return to the demands that God or maybe the universe, like so many candles, the stars should just be put out. And that's another metaphor. The language that follows links the natural bodies, such as the sun, the moon, the ocean, and forest, with small ordinary actions, such as packing a box, taking something apart, pouring something out, or sweeping something up. The verbs here, again, are all commands, suggesting discarding, disposal, as if nothing beautiful in nature can ever make him happy again. Auden's poem simply and eloquently captures the pain of loss that all humans experience. Okay, now your study guide questions here. So the speaker is really addressing everyone, the commands from the very beginning of the poem here. Stop the clocks, prevent the dogs, silence the pianos, bring out the coffins. He's commanding anyone and everyone who is listening to him speak. The whole world has to stop. Okay, now number 2, what is the effect of the poem's hyperbole or exaggeration? That's up to you. Hyperbole such as saying the whole universe, the stars should be put out just because of this one person's death. Perhaps that emphasizes the speaker's agony at the devastating loss. And it's only one person, but to him, it's the whole universe. Okay, now number 3, the speaker references the natural world. My reading of that is that this person who died is just another part of the natural world, and death is a part of life. And so it's a grim reality that the elegy articulates, but it's one that we can't escape, just like everything else in the natural world comes to an end eventually. All right, now number 4 asks you to think about the rhyme scheme and the overall meter or the rhythm. So this poem is very musical in nature, and I think that might tie in with the title blues, because blues is a type of music. It also makes the poem have kind of a sing-songy rhythmic quality, so it sounds pleasing to the ear when you read it. I also think that poetry oftentimes is something we reach for in times of death. Many times at funerals, you might express your sorrow by reading a poem of some kind. So there is something about poetry that within the lines of rhythm and meter make it appropriate at very sad moments, moments that are important, you want to memorialize in some way within the lines of the poem, the same way that we might do with song. Okay, so that's it. That's funeral blues. Please make sure you keep a record of your notes, because this may be on a future test. Okay, bye-bye.